Welcome. This is the Mindset Coach Lionel here. Today I'll be talking about the power of the mind and unlocking your meta programs. Here's a quote from some unknown author. The purpose of our lives is finding ways to program our minds with the kind of information that will set us free. So now, what in the world are meta programs? Meta programs are mental shortcuts that basically direct your decisions, your action, behaviors, interaction with others. And what they are internal representations of your external experience of reality. They determine how your brain pays attention to things and what it pays attention to. It's kind of a form of pattern recognition. This is where your brain attempts to sort through what the body is sensing and experiencing. So, in essence, meta programs are like software applications for your brain where one software program controls the execution of a number of other programs. So the software runs in the background and is directing your thoughts, beliefs, and values and memory and responses. The meta programs are therefore that mental program that run our lives at a very unconscious level of awareness. And these mental programs determine how information is processed by deciding what to delete, what to distort, or what to generalize from your experience. And this is this is taken from the NLP studies, meaning neuro-linguistic programming. So how the brain processes information on a daily basis is based on that meta programs that are currently running in the background. And meta programs work in a basis of sorting out things. So they operate by determining which of our perceptions are selected for attention and represented internally from so many array of inbound sensory data that you're getting and all the different possibilities. So in other words, the meta programs are processes used to sort what you pay attention to based on the information that you filter out from your environment. And this filtering process helps guide and direct our thoughts process, which in a way is going to result in a significant differences in behavior from person to person. Now, meta programs are not negative or positive. Basically, meta programs are used to perceive and interact with your world, either working for you or they work against you. And whether or not they work for you depends on how you live your life based on your personal goals and objectives. Now, I said the power, how to use these meta programs. It's very useful if you learn that there's three ways that this is going to help you. First of all, learning about meta programs helps you to better understand yourself and your own psychological tendency. Therefore, you're going to make a better sense of the world. You're going to make better decisions, how you're going to interpret your life and situations, and how you interact with others will all begin to make sense once you understand the meta programs that are running your brains. Now, meta programs will also provide you with a great deal of insight into your values, beliefs, convictions, your behavior, your habits, and of course, self-sabotaging patterns. The second reason is also that you also, with the meta programs, you'll be able to understand better other people and their psychological tendency. This is advantageous because it will help you to adapt your behavior and the approach while communicating with other people. So it's so powerful. And now these changes can improve your relationship with others by helping you develop a deeper level of rapport and potentially influence people to your way of thinking. Not that you want to manipulate people, but you have a better understanding of where they're coming from and how you can help them based from the point that they are, whatever point that might be. So again, the meta programs will provide you with the insight into the person's motivation. And once you understand their motivation, you will then have the key to help you influence. It's going to help you influence their choices, decisions, and actions. The next thing is that this powerful understanding the meta programs. Now you understand how you filter and you sort your information, and it's going to give you a very unique opportunity that other people who don't know about meta programs will never get. And it will give you an opportunity to change, to shift, to transform your behavior in ways to help improve your belief, values, decision, behavior, habits, actions, and level of motivation. Now, you got to identify your meta programs. Okay, you must look for the clues within your speech, your language, the behavior in your belief system, and physiology. When it comes to identifying your own meta programs, it's important to keep in mind how useful they are and how they are shaping your life and situations. One way that you can do this to assist you in the process is by asking certain questions. So number one, how useful and effective is this meta program that you have? Once you identify how this meta program is shaping your life, your situation, and what kind of outcomes. Are they helpful or do they hurt you? Do I need to make any changes? Maybe why? Why not? So these questions are going to help you when you want to understand meta programs. And here's this like 50 plus, close to 70 programs, but it's narrowed down into like 5 key programs that most people use. Number one is frame of reference. And then you have what's called the self or other, the match or mismatch, the action, and the necessity and possibility. So in the frame of reference, you sort can be either internal or external. So a person with an internal frame of mind of reference is very intuitive, very self-oriented. This means that they often make decisions based on their personal feelings and opinions. A person that comes from the frame of reference of external then is very much focused on the others. And that means that they're going to make decisions based on people's feelings and opinions. And they must feel within themselves that they have done a good job in making a decision. So again, these people are very much in tune or focused in what others have to say. Then you have the self and other sort of meta program. So when a person is more of a self sort, they're very self-centered, and they also are disassociated. They primarily make decisions based on their own personal interests, based on what the famous "what is it for me" in any particular situation. Therefore, in order to influence and motivate and build rapport with this person, you need to look at ways that you can meet their needs. Now, a person that is more into the other sort is often very curious and focused on the needs of other people. Therefore, before they make any kind of decision, they will think of what is best for others and how others will benefit. And that's very, very key. The next one is, so you understand the meta programs, is the match or the matcher or mismatcher. And in this situation, a person with more of a match sort of meta program is often optimistic, very approving, and they tend to look for similarities and common ground while conversing with others. They base their decision on the similarity they see in others and situations in life. And they mirror their experience, belief, and values and perception, and that helps them make a very strong bond and also brings up a greater level of rapport with the other person. A person, on the other hand, that is a mismatcher is a person that tends to go against the grain. They will tend to find faults in anything and situations in others. They always look for the differences, and they will tend to disagree with you no matter what you say and do. So therefore, in order to influence someone like that, you need to become proficient in using reverse psychology with these people. Okay? The next one is the action sort. And a person with that action sort is often reflective. It's often introverted. They will rarely make any immediate decision, decisive anyway, to get something done. Instead, they think and they reflect upon what they are about to do before taking action. Now, a person that has an active sort is often an extrovert. They don't think about what they're going to do before they do. Instead, they just jump into things head first without much thought, working things as they go along. The last one is the necessity and possibility meta program. A person with a more of a necessity sort often settles with what life gives them, meaning they primarily make decisions that are based on avoiding pain. They will settle for what is available. They don't care much about their opinions and experiences. So they, what is familiar to them and is easy and safe, that's what they're going to do. Now, a person with the possibility meta program, they make decisions that are based on gaining pleasure. Therefore, they don't settle for anything less, and they rather go with what they really want in their life. And they're motivated to look for possibilities to help them expand their opportunities. Another one, just so you know, in the meta programs is the toward something or away from. And that toward or away from is based on whether a person's energy is centered on goals and achievement or problems that they're dealing with. So a person that's moving towards something, they're focused in attaining their goals. They tend to be good at managing priorities and are always clear what they want to do out of life. Therefore, in order to influence and motivate and build rapport with a person like that, you need to be focused in their mind on the process of goal achievement. They're all about achieving the outcomes. A person that moves away from, they're basically are avoiding things before they move anything. They are looking at troubleshooting and solving problems and pinpointing possible obstacles. They might set a goal, however, they have a difficulty in putting things in order before they take action. And they're distracted, normally by the crises that are going on. Now, changing, and this is key, and I'm going to move now from what we identify 5 to 6 meta programs. Now is how do you change this? But changing, it seems simple, but it requires you to shift how you process the world around you. And this requires for you to be conscious, not unconscious, in your perspective. So, for instance, you want to change your meta program, and this meta program, they can be so ingrained to your psychic, from when you were very young, that now it becomes a habit of mind, and is being supported by your set of belief and convictions. So, therefore, this meta program might be supporting your core values and needs, and that's the case. Or if that's the case, you will certainly need to take into account all the consequences that could result from making this change. And the reasons that you will change a meta program is because your current program are not serving you. You realize when you sit down and perhaps you have done a meditation that is not serving you, and it's not supporting your goals that you're trying to achieve. So now you could be working a job where being away is required. However, you like to be more toward, your meta program is, towards something rather than away. And it's very difficult to spot problems and errors, when something is not aligned. An example could be that you are in a relationship with a person who is a matcher, in their meta program, and you are a mismatcher. So they will therefore look for similarities and common ground within the relationship, while you will tend to find the faults and disagree and go against the grain. So this is going to cause a lot of unnecessary stress and tension within that relationship. So if you care and love that person, then it's difficult to reach any sort of agreement if you have a conflicting meta program that is getting on the way. And this is one of the things that you will reflect and change. So the step one is identify what meta program you would like to change. So what meta program you want to change? Describe it. How do I use this meta program? With whom do I use this meta program? How does this meta program serve me or not serve me in situations? So again, step one, you have to identify the meta program, and what is it doing for you. Step two is now, what would you like to do different? So what meta program would you like to use instead of the one that you are using? How and in what situation would you like to use it? How will this meta program potentially serve me? Step three will be to test a new meta program by simulating in your mind's eye. Close your eye, and you will see a variety of ways to help you attain your desired outcome. So again, now we go into how this new meta program feel. What does it look like? How specific? What specific thoughts do I have about it? What does it do daily? Step four will be, it's time now to step away from yourself and view this meta program from an outside perspective, meaning that you no longer view this within yourself, but rather from outside yourself. And that's important. So as you, the observer, now you're going to say, what do I notice about myself? What do I need to change to make it effective? How this change is affecting me? What will these changes allow me to do, to be, to experience, to have? What I'm able to do as a result of these changes? Why is this important to me? Then you have step five. Having spent time outside of yourself, now it's time to step back inside yourself and ask one more very important question. Does any part of me object to this change that I'm about to make? And that's very important. Finally, step six will be to make a conscious agreement within yourself that you will install this new meta program. And once you do that, of course, like anything else, commitment, motivation, desire to follow through is so key, so vital, because you're creating a new habit of mind, and it's going to require a different way of doing things. So without the commitment, motivation, desire, you will fail to follow through in your word, and you will definitely fall back into your old patterns. So it's important to practice your meta program in real life, one after another, see what's working, what's not working, first in your imagination until you feel comfortable and familiar. And once you are in that level, you can now use that momentum and make the lasting change that you want to do. So I hope that I tried to condense a lot in a very short video. It's about 21, 22 minutes. But your mind is powerful. Your brain is the organ that uses the mind. And understanding about meta programs are key. It's very powerful once you understand them and make the changes for a better life. I hope this helped you. I hope that you gain some good insights, some golden nuggets. This is your coach signing off. Be well, stay safe. Ciao.